Welcome to the next part of the series. This is now going to be a video tutorial on MyFitnessPal for a more traditional meal. This is going to be like a steak and vegetable based meal, so you get a better idea of what this would be like when making a healthy, nutritious dinner, for example. Okay, so let's dive in. First, I got my bowl there for my marinade for my meat. I'm going to zero that. It's just some herbs in there with minimal calories. I'm going to weigh some of the oils because that's obviously fats right there that are being added to the marinade. So that's going to be about 15 grams, 15 ml. So then I can turn that, scan the barcode right there, and then I can select 0.15, or I can change the serving size to 1 milliliter and then do 15 lots of that because it was 15 ml. You can see how that works. Then I just want to mix that up. This is obviously my preference for my meal. Add in any other acids just to break down the meat, any other seasonings, etc. Don't need to weigh the lemon juice. Okay, so in terms of the steak then, I've zeroed the bowl. I'm gonna add the steak. I wanna weigh it raw because it doesn't have less calories when it shrinks a little bit when it's cooked. So that's 282 grams. So then I wanna type in ribeye because obviously it doesn't have a barcode. So ribeye is what I wanna be looking for. There's a few options I have from previous, but I'm gonna start from scratch. So looking from scratch, there's a few options here and we wanna be always picking the medium option where we can. So, it goes as high as 291 and goes as low as 200, so about 300 is the highest, 200 is the lowest. We're gonna go 250 there in the middle ground, and then I wanna adjust my serving size to 282 grams. So then I can log my steak in there, whichever way you choose to do that serving size bit, can log that in. Then I've chopped up some carrots before. I can now weigh those, or I can just look to see if I get couple carrots come up here as it was just 2 carrots. So it looks like it's somewhere around 26 calories for 1 carrot, 26 to 30 calories for 1 carrot. So the small difference like that, again, I would just look for a medium option at around that 20 to 30 calorie mark. Once you've done that, you can then select that in by choosing the roughly middle option and then changing that to 2 carrots worth for me here, which is coming up to about 50 calories. Okay, so then after that, we are gonna add, I've got my steak and carrots cooked. I'm now gonna add the potatoes. So I'm just gonna grab, I don't have space on that plate there. As you can see, that's why I'm grabbing a new one. There's no space. So I'm gonna zero that. And also it's hard to see the scale underneath the big plate. So zeroing that, that's 93 grams of white potatoes. So I'm gonna search for white potatoes in the search bar. Now with this, to make it easy, I'm gonna scroll down. You see some of them are 3 pieces, 3 potatoes. I wanna try and find an 100 gram option. So you can see there's a 100 gram option coming out at around 82 calories, 80 calories, 77 calories at the bottom there for Asda. So you can see it's around 80 calories for 100 grams of white potatoes. That's just really easy. I don't have to look at anything else like those 3 potato options or serving size. Just stick with 100 grams and then change it myself. So most of them were coming up to 80 calories for 100 grams. That was the most common option. I picked that. I've then changed that to my serving size, and then bam, we're in and selected. I'm adding some olive oil as well because it was about a tablespoon to 15 milliliters between the carrots and potatoes just to finish them off in the pan once they were cooked. So I'm adding in the extra fats. Really important to add in any extra oils or sauces that you have used, like I did in the marinade and like I did in the final cooking here as well with the veggies. And then that is it. Clean, nutritious, wholesome, delicious meal.